Yeah, so we have said in order for you to distribute budget on different levels or activities, it is better you distribute it from the top, and distribution of logo of budgets is done by creating budget logos or budget logs. Yeah, so in that case, you come select the EPS, ensure that it is selected. Ensure that it is the one selected. Then move to any tab. For example, you under general or notebook or anything, go to budget log. Yeah. So it is from here that you are able to type in the budget, or you're able to type in different portions that you're going to receive the budget. For example, if I click on add, you can see that there is date. It is giving me, I can input that date in which I'm adding that particular budget. Then I input in the amount. For example, let's put 50,000. Yeah, 50,000. Then I press enter. Then here I can say who is responsible for that. Yeah, so with this, you can give someone responsible, or you can just leave it blank. Then another one with the status, there's pending, there's approved and not approved. Yeah, so when the budget is approved, I want you to watch this one here, the original budget and the current budget and the proposed budget. Yeah, you could see that when we input 50,000, you see the proposed budget it became active, right? Maybe I can repeat and you see it. I delete that. You see now, we don't have any budget. Our current budget is equal to the proposed budget, which is 0. We don't have an original budget. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Today's network, I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. If it continues misbehaving, I'm going to find another source of internet. Yeah. Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, let me first delete this. Yeah, we said you select the EPS, then come under budget log, then we're going to add different budgets. Yeah, so you choose the date. I'm going to leave the one for today, but you know that you can change that date. Then you input in the amount. Yes. So you can see that before we input anything, our original budget is empty, current budget is 0 and proposed. So we've not proposed any budget. Here I want to add, like, we want to propose a budget. Yeah, so we add a budget, like we had said, 50,000. Press enter. Now you can see that under proposed budget, we have 50,000. You see that? Yeah. But the reason as to why the current budget is still 0 instead of 50,000, because this budget is not approved. It's not yet approved. Yeah. So in case you change the status from pending to approved. Yeah, because there is approved, not approved, and pending. For pending, it means that it is waiting for approval. For not approved, it means that the proposal was turned down. It was just not approved. That proposed budget was totally turned down. Yeah, but now we want to change it to approved. You see, when I change to approved, I'll have the current budget equaling to the proposed budget.
Proposed budget.
Yes. Then another
one. What about if it is, what about when we talk like it is approved?
It is approved.
But the payment is not, oh, this one is just approved. The payment terms not yet. Okay.
Approved. Put it back to pending. Yeah. So when
Okay.
it is not approved, then you able to give a reason as to why it was
The
not
reason why.
approved. Yeah. But if it is
Okay.
approved, you maybe, but you may not need a reason as to why it is approved.
Mm.
Yeah. Then another thing, the calculation that you have to put in mind, here the original budget is like the budget which was already there existing, or like the budget before, or some budgets that were already approved. Yeah. So if I add an original budget,
Yeah.
like for original budget, we had 10,000, and now we've added another budget here. It's going to do a calculation that our original budget was supposed to be 10,000. Then here between the current and the proposed budget,
With the new approval of 50, yeah.
Yeah, it will be calculating it according to what you have here. Let me first move it. Okay, let me say I had it will be just an addition. Like if our original budget was 10,000, that is our original budget. Now we've added another budget logo or log as 50,000. It means that it's going to add 50,000 to the original budget in order for it to get the current budget. Yeah, when I press enter, I see it gets to 60,000. Yeah. So in case there was no original budget or what, ensure that this is at 0, so that you don't get wrong calculations. Yeah. So I'm back to 0. I have my current budget equaling to proposed budget, which is okay. Yeah. So with this, you can even add more. You just click add, change the date, add more. In case you see that that one shouldn't be there, delete it. Yeah. So if we go to budget summary, okay, here we may get issues because they are already there. It is picking from
What do we put?
Okay, what we put here, but there is this variance. Let me see, total spending plan. Okay, there seem to be some things that inputted in the spending plan. Let me first put them back to 0.
So this is the previous budget.
No, okay, yeah, I'd already typed something in spending plan. Let me first reset it back. It should be like this. Yeah, like budget log. This is what we have. This is our current budget and it's a proposed budget. Then when you check under budget summary, you'll see the current budget, then unallocated budget, which is 50,000, means that we've not allocated anything to it. Yeah. Then the variance would be the difference between allocated and unallocated, but for now we don't have. Then we've not yet given spending plans. Yeah. Then another thing that you can do when you're done with the budget, with setting the budget log, is now you can go to work breakdown structure, or you can go to projects and start assigning this budget accordingly. Because now remember, we've given it on the level of EPS. Yeah. So now that means each of our project will be sharing from that budget. Yeah. So I come to
our project.
Yeah, project. I can come to project. Then I can go to, when I go to budget summary, we can see that our project doesn't have
nothing,
any. Yeah. So
but the budget log in this, oh yeah.
Yeah, we can add. Now let's add one, which is the other one was 50,000. Now let's add 20,000. And we say that it is approved.
this is like the budget, the total budget for the whole project,
Yeah,
for the
this is,
construction of this camp, right?
yes. Yeah, so now let's
Okay.
first go back to the EPS and we check the budget summary. Do you see that? You see, you remember we came to EPS
Yes.
and we assigned a budget
Yeah.
of 50,000. Yeah.
Yes.
We never went to spending plan. I'm going to explain to you spending plans and you see that you can also distribute them in a certain way. Yeah. We opened our change logo, we closed everything, then fine. So we went to the project. There was no budget logo, right? There was no budget logo.
Yeah.
So we gave it
Yeah.
20,000. So after giving
Approved.
it 20,000, when we come to the budget summary, just for the project, we shall see that the current budget is 20,000, unallocated is 20,000, and variance.
Yeah.
But now let's go back to EPS and we check budget summary. What have you observed?
50, we have already allocated 20,
Yeah.
and allocated is 30.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So in case you have
Okay.
another project which is down here, the moment you add another budget log, it will get from the parent.
We will take from EPS.
Yeah, it will be getting from the EPS. Yes. So now I've reached on the project. Yes. So now let me try to open the work breakdown structure. Can come, let me say project.
What about things like resources? I see resources there like that.
Where?
It's okay, you can go ahead to check it.
These ones here.
Yeah, like resources. Or is it the same resources we were adding before?
Which resources? I'm not seeing.
It has nothing to do with it. These are nothing to do with the budget.
Which ones?
The resources here, just the top down. This and that. You know, general, notebook, budget log, down there we have resources, calculations. Can you open those things? I want to see. Yeah.
These ones are just, they are just like the whole project. Like I've selected the whole project. Then you can see what.
The most important thing is.
This is just the rate and which, yeah. So if I go back to EPS, then you can see that I can't adjust resources. Yeah. There are very many tabs you can do here. Just today we're interested in budgets.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me check for. Okay, now we can open the work breakdown structure. You know how to open? You remember? Project.
Yeah.
Work breakdown structure.
WBS.
Yeah. So from the work breakdown structure, we also want to allocate from the work breakdown structure of our project, of that particular project. Which project is it? I'll start just. There are very many projects. Let me first go back to projects. I open one.
You go to WBS.
And I can come. Yeah. So I am in a WBS. I'm the WBS of that particular project. Yes. So remember the project, we've given it 20,000, right? Yeah. So we come, select a WBS level, check under budget log, add a budget log. Then you're going to see for this particular one. Yeah, now we're distributing. We setting the one for preliminaries, and now we're saying, let's say this, remember we sharing from 20,000. So we can give this one maybe 8,000. Yeah, then we come to the next one. We add and give it 7,000. How much are we left with? 7 and 8, we left with 5,000. Now let me add 6. We're supposed to give 5, but let me add 6. Yeah. So you can see when I come to budget summary, these ones are okay. There's nothing, they don't have any problem. Now let me go to the whole project here and I go to budget summary. Let me see, distributed current budget. Okay. It is, let me see.
Oh, you wrote pending. You change to approved maybe, then you can see. All these are pending. That's why.
Yes.
You write approve, then we see.
Yeah, that's how it is supposed to. They are not yet approved. You're right.
Yeah.
I thought I'd already approved them. Yeah. So you've seen when it is still in pending, there's no way it is affecting our budget.
No, yeah, they cannot.
Yeah. So now we go to project back. We go to budget summary, you see. It is showing us our unallocated budget, but it is a negative of 1,000. Yeah. So now we can go back to the one budget log. We try to edit so that it fits with
just reduce one of them.
Yeah, 5,000.
Edit to maybe 4,500.
Yes, that one is okay. Now we can check budget summary. Now we have just 0, which is okay. Yeah. So now what is next? These levels have got their budget log. This has got its budget log like that. So you can even go on for activities. You can't, let me see here. There's no option for budget. For activities, you can't assign a budget. What you just have to do, that's where the spending plans come in. Yeah, so we can go back to our WBS. Then under the budget log, we know that this.
Just wait. Wait, just a second. We cannot assign a budget on the activities direct, right?
Yeah, we should just assign to a work breakdown structure level. Then we're going to show, we're going to see the spending plan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And how can we show the expenditure for activities?
Okay, you're going to see this, and we see whether, like, for expenditure of every activity may make sense or not. Let's first see this. Yeah, because this is about budgeting, like approving budget, then you are allocating budget. It's what we're just trying to do. Yeah. So now you can say that preliminaries, this is my budget log. So I need to start to show a spending plan. So what is a spending plan? A spending plan is the amount of money that you planning to spend per month on that particular like level for WBS. Yeah. So here, if you say that it will be picking the date, that 21st it will be picking according to the project schedule. Yeah. So we have, how much do we have? Let me see. We have 8,000. So we can decide to spend like like 1,000. Then this is going to take 700. Then this is taking 1,000. This is taking maybe 300. This we shall spend 500. Yeah, like that. So after inputting, let's look at our budget summary. You can see that we still have a a variance of 4,300 and it is not negative. Why? That money is still there.
Yeah.
The total spending plan, this
Still
is
there.
the amount of, this is the amount of money.
37.
Yes.
And
So
this
with
is
this, you can easily go back and allocate like more money all like over the months. In case you allocate, now let me allocate like 10,000. Okay, even if I just allocate 6,000 because the other ones had already clocked more than 2,000. Come to budget summary, you see, I have a negative, meaning that means that I've allocated more than what I have. Yes, that's what that one means. So yeah, so you can do the same. That is planning budgets. That's how you do that, or that's how you plan budgets. Now, another thing we're going to look at is how do you add a source of finance? Because now we want to be able to know that.
Are we not going to assigning this spending plan to a particular resource?
For resources, remember, okay, this is budgets.
Yeah.
This is, just imagine you're on a project. Then the budget, the budgets are getting dispersed on different levels. Yeah, it's not about for the resource. Remember, for resource, you enter like the standard rate, or how much that resource is going to charge you, like per hour or per day, how much it is. If it is a person, how much are they earning per day? Yeah.
I think that one we did not do. Did we do it? Not yet. Not
yet. We're going to do it. So we're going to do it in the next sessions. Yeah. So now it is from the budget you've got, because if, for example, you're doing you're executing a project, and the government is your client, then the government gives you $2 million, and you spend all of them, but you still have workers on site. Does that stop them from earning, or does that stop them from demanding you their money? It doesn't. So this is just, it is just a budget. It's not the cost. Yeah, that one you're talking about, we shall cover it. And I think it's going to be the next one in cost accounts. Then we shall see how you do that. But this one is budgets. I do a proposed budget, it is approved, I approve it, I distribute it to different levels. Yeah, then why the activities you can't assign a budget is because fine, it may sound right, and also in the software you can force to do, but those activities, they will generate their costs according to the resources they consume. If you're doing a particular activity and you're using 2 engineers and they are earning a particular amount of money, now plus the aggregates, plus transportation, plus other money, now that becomes its cost. Like for the activity to just have a cost, not a budget, it will be a cost. Yeah. So another thing we're going to add is now the funding source. In order to do that, you go to enterprise, then funding sources. Yeah, so since we had already inputted data, okay, we imported the demo data.
Are we supposed to put the funding source under the work breakdown structure?
No,
we put funding source direct on the project. The project can be funded, right?
Yeah, but what we do here, it's under the EPS. I just want to add a full hierarchy of funding sources. Then when I go to a particular like project, I'll be able to select for that project what is the source of fund.
Yeah.
Yeah. or like for that particular budget, what was the source of fund? That's where we can add. Yeah. But now what I'm doing, I'm adding, I just want to add our funding sources for the entire like enterprise. Yeah, so you could see these ones, I added them by myself. Let me first delete. Yeah, this is what was there, but it becomes with the demo data. So I can decide to add, my new funding source, and I say maybe we are maybe MK investments. Okay, let me just say government, or maybe Republic of South Sudan. Yeah, then we can now also use arrows to put it back to, yeah. So now you may find that under the government, there are different like departments for source, maybe Ministry of Roads and what, depends on the way you call it. Then under that, there is
Revenue
also,
Authority.
yeah, it can be maybe the Revenue Authority. Yeah, and more, we can stop on this. Then we try to show that it falls under the government. Yeah, so with this, like when you add ministry, you can describe, you can add a description. Click on modify, then you add a description. Here you can't type, you just have to click modify.
Go to modify.
You say this, say ministry funds our project. Say okay, then it will appear here. Then you say revenue authority, you can say the revenue authority. Maybe gives tax holidays. Yeah, that's how you can add a description. Then also other operations, delete, cut, copy, those normal ones. Yeah, then after here, we can close. Yeah, so we want to assign a particular funding source. Let me see. Yeah, okay, let's first go back to all the projects. Like that one. Then it is under here, it's under funding. See under funding, yeah, let me see. Also project, yeah, you can get funding also for project. Under project, you can go under funding. For example, our budget is 50,000, but the first 20,000 was brought by the Revenue Authority.
Yes.
So I select the project, click funding, then add finance source. So you go and we say the Revenue Authority is the one, you can change to any Revenue Authority, select it, close this. Then now here, you can add how much are they putting in. For example, it's supposed to be 20,000, maybe they are giving us 1,500. Press enter, we can add and say the ministry is giving us the remaining 500. And you press enter. So we can close that. Let's look at budget summary. Okay. Yeah, but this is how you can show the source of funding here. We know that our project has a budget, a proposed budget of 20,000. Who are people
Okay, there is one thing
funding
I want to ask you.
it?
Now,
We
went to a work breakdown structure.
Yes.
And we got an item of under the work breakdown structure. And then we assign the funding for that particular item under work breakdown structure.
Under work breakdown structure?
Under work breakdown structure. And then we assign a funding. We already assigned funding there, like some money we put there, and we assign funding there. So can that funding automatically appear on when you look at the overall project, because it's a work breakdown structure? I thought this software will automatically generate it and include it in the funding or general project funding. It will immediately come here, right?
No, we didn't add any funding under work breakdown structure. We are adding budget. Okay. This. Here we are adding budget. We are allocating budget. Yeah. The funding, it means a source of funding. Who is giving you the money? The detail, project. It only goes to EPS and project. Under here, you don't have that provision. You see, it is not there. Even if you customize, it is not part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Budget summary spending.
Okay. Yeah, so it is from here that we're able to. It's from here that we're able to.
You can get funding in EPS and project, right?
Yeah. That is like you can show the source of the funding from EPS. Yeah. Yes. But another thing I wanted you to be keen about is, you see, even if you under EPS, you can have a spending plan.
No problem. But check funding under EPS. Plan. Check that funding under EPS. I want to see something.
Here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look like a project is here under EPS. We assign funding already for it, right? Huh? So I suggest, even if these people were to design this software, it would automatically show in EPS the funding given to the construction of base camp, because EPS is overall, right? Now, when we put the funding in EPS, will it show in project? Will it show? No.
Okay, let me add. Let me add here. You say
funding in EPS.
Maybe government of South Sudan. We add it. Then now we come here. It doesn't show. I think they did it that way. I think they just did it that way. That if you show that the source of funding, because this is just source of funding. It is not. It's not the money. It's not the budget. Remember, for the budget, it was showing. For the budget, when we added the budget here in EPS, and we went ahead to assign a particular portion of budget here, when we went back, we could see that the money has been deducted. Yeah, but when it comes to source of funding, they designed it to be that way. If you assign it on the project level, it will only show on the project level. If you assign it on the EPS level, it will only show from there. It doesn't go on to show on the lower levels.
Maybe, don't you think this is another improvement of this software?
It can be. I think it can be. But it may have caused this. It may cause, you never know, it may cause some issues. Okay, now just imagine if they were going so low up to the activity, that each activity, the moment you add a person funding from the EPS, then all the projects get, all the work breakdown structures get that replica. Then also the activity shows that the fundings got from this person. I think they were trying to avoid that. But otherwise,
Okay.
it can be good to show if it can show. Yeah, but currently it only shows according to the level that you've given it. Yeah, so we've said in order for you to add budgets, what do? You open an EPS. Now I can show that on one we've not worked with. For example, IT. I go under budget log. I add a budget log. Then after adding it, either you can decide to go to spending plan
You
and
said
show. I say
okay.
what? You can ask.
To add the budget. To add budget, to go to EPS and then the budget log, right?
EPS.
Can you go to EPS? Go to EPS, EPS.
Yeah, I've selected the one of IT, or you can select from here. Here there are more other things. Also, IT is on the same level as corporate. Yeah, so I can select any of the nodes, like maybe manufacturing. I go under budget log. I add the budget log. Maybe 20.
No, what I mean is, you know, at this tab here, the toolbar down here.
Yeah.
I want to see how you added it here.
This
the
one
budget
here.
log, spending plan. Yes. How did you add it there? To general, because most cases is general. Yeah.
This comes in case you are in EPS. Yeah. If I go back to activities, they won't be the same things. You see, even if I right click customize, you won't find budget stuff this side.
So you just go and open EPS, you don't open the project, then you click there to show you those things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you're opening the EPS, okay, what you should do, let me close all these. You should open the EPS, not this one. When you come here, enterprise EPS, so you won't be getting details. Yeah. No. So you just supposed to come. You come and open projects. You open all projects, then it will bring for you all the projects. Okay. Yeah. So it is from here that you're able to select. In case you want to customize anything here, right click, customize. So these are the ones that apply to EPS projects. So for them, they include the budget, not like the project. Yeah, so add a budget log, then maybe 10. Oh, let me not use the entire EPS. Let me use this one, E and C. I add, let's enter. So even if we check the budget summary, so can you figure out why it is like this? It has the unallocated budget, which is a lot of money than what we have here.
14. Yeah.
That can be, since I've come to certain levels, some of these projects may be having their own budgets. Because now I've selected.
They have, yes.
Yeah, so you may find
that one have it, yes.
You may find that what I have is small compared to what I've added is small compared to. You see, they have budgets here, original budget. That one has $4 million US, 3.5, what.
Yeah, they have their own budgets.
Yeah, so for them, they were assigning them to.
Just.
Yes, but in our process, we said this, then now you can change to approved. When you change to approved, now this changes the current budget, the proposed budget. And then from there, now you can decide whether when you come to spending plan, you can say that in my EPS, this is how I'm going to spend the money per month. Or you can just go to projects. You go to projects, assign the budget, then you go to WBS, assign a budget, then from the WBS, you can do the spending plan. It is also possible to do a spending plan from the project's level. Instead of the.
The
Yes.
same thing I was talking here.
Mm.
In this is EPS you have selected now, right?
Mm.
And you can make a spending plan from
You can,
EPS. You can also make spending plan on project, right?
yes. Mm.
What is the difference? What's the difference on that one now?
Okay, it's like when I'm on EPS and I select
Yes.
that my budget is going to be $1 million US. Then when I do a
Yeah.
spending plan that in every month I'm going to spend this much. For every month, I'm going to spend this much, this much, this much.
Okay.
Now
The
remember
project
that
is apart
project
from
has
the
date.
EPS.
Yeah. So the project
Okay.
may be running different across different months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and actually you can be having a lot of
And the
projects.
spending plan there will be bigger.
Will be what?
The spending plan
Mm,
on EPS is
mm.
bigger than the spending plan on project because it's the spending plan for 2 to 3 projects.
Yes, but that one will become confusing. Why? Because now just imagine you own a construction company. Now you have a fund, maybe a bank is funding you. So if the bank is funding you and you try to do the books according to like monthly budget, but like monthly budget, every month I've received this. Now you're going to find out that you have a lot of projects that are running, like 3 of them. So assigning them according to months may be hard than you getting the money, then say, I've received 1 million. Let me give 20,000 to the project, to project A. Let me give 30,000 to project B. Let me give 30,000 to project C. So when you go to project now, you can distribute either to different work breakdown structure levels or even to monthly. So with that one, it is easier for you to track than when you do monthly on the EPS.
Okay.
It makes procurement easy. Okay. Yeah. So do you have any question about budgets?
No.
Okay.
It's a good one.
All right. So I think we're going to end here. Then tomorrow we shall start on cost account. So I think you can go and try to practice update in case you didn't do. Then you also add budgets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay, good night.